Oh man, it's review time. Let's get it.
The big homie, big homie, big homie. The big homie,
in the bed,
the big homie show. Swoo! Hey, hey, welcome to the big homie show. The big homie, the big homie, the big homie. The big homie, hey, welcome to the big homie show. Hey, the big homie, the big homie, the big homie. The big homie. With no further ado, I welcome Debo, your host. Like, comment, share, and subscribe before you go and tell a friend about the big homie show. Ay, the big homie, the big homie, the big homie, the big homie. Hey, welcome to the big homie show.
Drop that Zaddy in the bed, boy.
Ay, the big homie, the big homie, the big homie, the big homie. Hey, welcome to the big homie show.
Y'all see it? Y'all see it? I got my Black Panther shirt on. I'm here to do a review on hiphop.com. It's your host, you know what it is, DeVell McAfee, a.k.a. Debo. Yeah, man. I seen the movie. I'm just going to let y'all know right now, for all the people who didn't see the movie, with this review, you damn right I'm going to do some spoilers. So, spoiler alert, if you didn't see the movie, don't listen to this, don't watch this until you seen the movie, then you come back here. All right, so I'm just letting you know now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is what happened. This happened, and the Black Panther did this, and Namor did this, and this happened, and then that. Let me stop. Real spit, man. This is what it is, man. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. We're going to do a review. I'm going to do a two-parter. We're going to do a review of the movie, and after that, I'm going to let you know how important this movie is. This might be the most important movie in black cinema history. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, salute to the director. I think it's Ryan Googler. I'm bad with names, so please, it's no disrespect, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Ryan. Definitely, you do your thing when it comes to those movies. 100%. 100%. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. You know, obviously, we rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. We lost him. You know, that was a big loss, especially when it comes to the Black Panther franchise. And they try to do the best that they can do with this movie with the loss of that young man, that black man. And yeah, man, when I say try, I mean try. You know, all the visuals was there. You know, they didn't miss a step on that. Everything was looking right. Wakanda was looking like Wakanda. Spaceships flying all over the place. You know, agriculture is looking futuristic. Yeah. But, and I gotta say but, this right here is for the Marvel fans. It's for the Black Panther fans that actually know the comic book history. Because if you don't know, if you're just going off by the movie, then you'll probably be lost. You'll be like, yo, who's this character and who's this person and who's that person? Right? Enter Namor. Salute to that brother. I'm not good with names, so I'm not going to even jack his name up. You know, but Namor is a character in Marvel. He was the first mutant, quote unquote, besides Apocalypse, but he was considered the first, quote unquote, mutant in Marvel history. They was able to use that phrase mutant, right? For those who don't know, if you don't know your comic book history, when Marvel became Marvel, they had two characters that set off. If I'm correct, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. They had the Human Torch, and they had Namor, the Submariner. Human Torch was in Johnny Storm, not the Fantastic Four Human Torch. It was a android Human Torch, and they were superheroes, quote unquote. Well, Namor was like an anti-hero. But anyway, let me not get lost and get back to this. I'm pretty certain that around that time they already had the idea of putting Namor into the Black Panther 2. It was just very unfortunate that they lost, Chadwick Boseman and whatnot, so they couldn't do the big third act scene of the Black Panther versus Namor and stuff like that. They had to settle with Shuri. And I say settle, not in a disrespectful tone, but that's what the comic heads wanted to see, the Black Panther versus Namor. Right? So they had to continue with the storyline. I'm pretty sure there's nothing they didn't want to erase Namor when they want to continue. Because with Namor, he is so of an important piece, probably, because I'm assuming here, to the word mutant, which they're trying to bring in the X-Men and make that a big thing. Being that Sony and Fox or whatever companies, Marvel has the rights to those characters again, and they're able to play with those characters in the MCU, right? So they have to tell the story the best way they can. So obviously they're gonna do the mourning of the Black Panther thing, in real life. They did a nice tribute to Chadwick, which is dope. I like that tribute from the beginning and to the end. So basically, this movie is about Shuri dealing with the loss of her brother, which is the Black Panther, and just trying to find her way. And they have the supporting characters, which is Angela Bassett. Salute to her; she did a wonderful job as well, trying to hold it together. She was dope. Man, listen, they had I'm gonna get to Dominique Thorne, who was actually Riri Williams, but they had all the characters that you liked was on there, and it was just a coming of age story for Shuri, pretty much. That's what it was. They just tried to create a coming of age story. Now she was the Black Panther in the comics. Don't get me wrong. This is not like new territory, if you will. But like I said, it's just they're just trying to figure it out. They're just trying to go with the motion to see, what can we do? How can Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever is like pretty much like a transitioning from here to there, from the first going into the third. So it was much explaining in this movie. If you're a popcorn loving movie fan where you want to see explosions and fight scenes and motherfuckers getting tossed left and right and shit, I don't know. You might feel a way about this because it was slow moving. You had to be quiet to hear a lot of things, and I was in the theater. With my missus, we was listening to it, and there's a lot of hecklers in the back just talking crazy, as they do in the movie theaters when it's a packed movie. She said, never again, I'm going to the small movie theaters, because this shit is wild. But, yeah. So, Shuri is out there looking for the scientists, and the scientist that they was looking for was actually Riri Williams. Riri Williams is a character that they implemented into the Marvel universe, being a young lady. At this point, she's 19 in this movie. I guess she was like 15 or 16 when she was in the comic books, where she took Tony Stark's blueprint for the Iron Man suit and figured it out. And with geniuses go, that's big high level genius shit. And in the movie, she was the scientist that I guess created some mechanical thing or something that can just destroy whatever Atlantis and Wakanda is about and shit like that. So, the Atlanteans want to destroy her, kill her, and get rid of the threat. And Shiri and the Wakandans went and found her and wanted to protect her and stuff, to no avail because it was a bridge scene where they kidnapped Shiri and Riri, and then you have Namor, which by the way, dope way to set up Namor, the Submariner, as being like part of a Mayan, Aztec, tribal thing, if you will. That was dope. That was clever. I like that. Instead of just making him a European cat or some type of this white dude that just came out of the sea. Like I like the way they depicted that. That was dope. Very cultural. Very cultural. I could say that with Black Panther too. So during the kidnapping, Submariner, which is Namor, explained to Shiri everything about his people and all that stuff, and one of the a diplomatic way of the Atlanteans and the Wakandans to be together and destroy the world. Pretty much that's like that's like Putin talking to Fidel Castro is dead, but say Putin talking to Castro or some shit and be like, yo, we can get together and destroy the world. Like, we got the nukes to do it. Like, crazy. But anyway, of course she said no, that's not what she want for the world and stuff. And she has the technology to actually cause chaos and get crazy. But, that's not the type of time she on. So anyway, the Wakandans find Shiri, they bring her and Riri safe, and, Namor's like, man, fuck this shit, man. I'm going to fuck up everything now. I'm pissed about this shit, man. I'm tired, man. I got the power. I'm tired of holding back. So he came and damn near destroyed half of Wakanda. And in that scene, like I said, spoiler alert, the queen dies, which is, Shiri's mother, Angela Bassett. She dies in that scene. So Shiri's all mad. She got rage. I'm going to kill her. You know what I'm saying? And prior to, I didn't tell you that the Black Panther didn't exist. After that, they just put that to rest after, they buried the Black Panther, which is T'Challa. You know what it is with the names. Relax. She said, I'm going to artificially create a heart-shaped plant to become the Black Panther, where she uses this 3D model machine to make that. She made it. They was all surprised. She took it, and she was in the astral plane, and who she met in the astral plane? Your boy, Michael B. Jordan, a.k.a. Killmonger, looking Killmongerish. He had the arrogance. He was sitting on the throne, all white and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I don't understand. Why would I see you in my vision? He said, you know why. You know why, cuz. You know why. You want vengeance. And, vengeance was in her heart because at that point in time, her mother was killed due to the acts of what Namor did to Wakanda. And she wanted that get back. She wanted to spin the block. And they took this concept all the way. She wanted war. Everybody was trying to tell her, yo, man, listen, man, let's take a diplomatic approach about this, man. This is not the way to go. This is not how our people should be riding out. She said, I am the Black Panther now. We get the revenge I so much seek. She went out there to get that revenge. Big ass third act. The Atlanteans versus the Wakandans. They on a big ship with the fighting and all that. By the way, the Atlanteans are blue. I don't know what concept that's about, but I guess what color's a big thing with Marvel. But yeah, they was fighting on the ship and all that stuff, and then they get to a big scene to where it's Namor and Shiri, aka the Black Panther, the new Black Panther, You know, they take him to, she takes him to a desert land off of Wakanda, you know, to dry him out, you know, because they had to have the kryptonite, you know, because Namor was OP, you know, so they had to have some type of kryptonite. So the only thing they could think of in the writers, they was like, yo, listen, dry land, we got to dry him out. Heat is the thing that brings his power down, right? Lazy writing though. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you, but it is what it is. Yeah, man, they have this fight and Shuri, you know, gets plugged like Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin. If you seen the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, she gets the spear straight to the stomach. I was like, wow, okay. And then she had the flashbacks and all that stuff, and her mom's coming from the astral plane. You know who you are, Shuri. Show him who you are. And then she hits the spear and comes out the spear, a.k.a. Logan style, Wolverine style, Deadpool style. She had that spear lunged in her stomach, and she got out the spear automatically. That injury, that hole went away, disappeared. Namor trying to get to the water. I need water. I need water. And she does a front flip in front of him. You're going nowhere. And kicks his ass. Ready for the death blow. Had the spear. And then she does the flashback, you know, I guess consciously she don't want to do that. So she was like, I'm going to spare you. You tell your people that there's no more war. Then there was no more war. They came out to sea, and she's like, Wakanda forever. And then Namor was like, yo, let's beat it, man. We done here. We out. And that was the movie. Y'all know the scene where, you know, how they do the credit rolls, and then they hit I forgot what you call that, the closing credit scene, whatever the hell you call it. You know what the hell I'm talking about. But, you know, Shuri was on the beach doing a traditional burning of the clothes to start anew. And here come the Black Panther, you know, T'Challa. I know I'm fucking that name up. But his baby mom's coming with the new kid, the newborn. I am the new Black Panther. I'm only 6 years old, but I'm going to take the throne. And Shuri's like, what? What? Who are you? I've never seen you before. And then Black Panther's baby mama was like, yo, man, we had to hide him. You know what I'm saying? We had to hide him because we didn't know what was going on out there in these streets. You know, we need a new Black Panther. So while you temporarily the new Black Panther, he's going to be the new Black Panther after you give him the throne. And there you go in a nutshell. So, if I want to rate this grade-wise, I would give it a B-. I would tell you why I give it a B-. I would give it a B- because if you're not a Marvel fan, you'll probably get lost. Even though it's simplified for you, that you should understand, and just have it in your own imagination on who these characters are. It wasn't as well written or shown as like the first Black Panther. The first Black Panther had all heart. Now, shout out to Letitia White, I think her name is. She had to carry that movie. Her acting is good, but Chadwick was that dude. He was the Black Panther. You understand? So it was more of an ensemble cast. You know, a lot of things rode on her shoulders because she was seen the most in the most scenes, but it was pretty much an ensemble cast trying to carry that whole movie to transition. For y'all to be like, okay, we don't have the Black Panther no more. This is what we got to deal with. Let's keep it moving because we got more stories to tell. Right? So I don't mind the movie. I mean, I understand everything because obviously I'm a Marvel head. I'm a comic book head. Marvel, DC, don't matter. I watch and read and all that shit. So I understood where it came from. But it could have been done a little better. The Mayans thing, I think it should have been. I like how they did it, but it could have been explained probably a little bit better, or character flesh out the characters a little better. Because they want to specifically go with Namor and stuff like that. But I think in something like that, we already know what the Wakandans are about. We should have known what the Atlanteans are about. They should have had a couple of characters that was. They tried that, but the characters wasn't as standoutish as most of the Wakandan characters, right? So that's it. I give it a B minus. But here's my second part, and I'm gonna try to make this quick. Today's my birthday. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. This might be the most important movie in black cinema history. I'm going to tell you why. The first Black Panther movie broke records, brought a high morale, inspiration to the black community. We'd have never thought we'd have a black leading man and an all-black cast get busy like that. Right? We did that. We did that with the Black Panther, the first one. In the Wakanda Forever, as you can see right here, right now, 3 black women in all of their blackness. Ain't no hair weaves, ain't no BBLs, just pure natural. I don't say that to be funny, but I'm dead serious. This is not a regular movie. This is a Disney picture. Understand me? A Disney picture. Disney. Big. For the first time in a long time, big money is being put behind black women. I want to see this picture do well. Because if it does well, guess what? Hollywood would employ more black women. And not to just play the stereotypical slave, the stereotypical sister girl. The stereotypical maid, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or the comic relief. There are way more stories that black women can be in and play parts of than those stereotypical parts. This right here was of regal grace. Like, I could see a 13-year-old, 14, 15, 16-year-old black girl looking at this like, wow. Wow. Inspired. Inspirational. So, Ryan Coogler, you got one here. Because a B minus is not that bad. And I'm no authority on movies anyway, so you don't have to listen to me. But Wakanda Forever, I like it due to the fact that it's transitioning to something else. They put the pieces together and they kept the boat afloat. You know, some things they rushed through that needed a little bit more explaining. The Riri Williams thing needed a little more explaining. You had to really convince me that she was a genius, not because she's a young black sister, because there's plenty of black geniuses out here in the world. But I wanted to see her tamper with things. I wanted to see her mess up things and put things together and show that genius, just like they did with Tom Holland with Spider-Man. Or Tony Stark. Flesh out the character. They didn't flesh out Riri Williams enough for me to believe. Flesh them out. I know they didn't have enough time, but there's some things they could have took out, some things they could have, rearranged. But that's it. Just get ready for the mutants to come. Get ready for Fantastic Four to come. The X-Men. Marvel keeps getting bigger and bigger, man. Some things they could keep to themselves, like that She-Hulk shit. She-Hulk, man. As much as I try to like that shit, man, that shit was horrible. But there's a lot of things that are dope. Like the Winter Soldier with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, fire. I like that. Ms. Marvel, you could have kept that shit to yourselves too, by the way. There's Ms. Marvel. Nah, we good on that. Stop trying to make Marvel for the kids too. I understand, but the kids understand grown adult stuff when it comes to the superhero shit, Stop trying to integrate this kid shit into Marvel. Like, no. I like the diversity, meaning blacks, whites, Latinos, Indians, Native Americans, but I'm talking about the Indians with you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm out here trying to be PC. But don't force it just because you feel like, don't force it due to the fact that y'all trying to make money off these groups, and that's what you're actually doing. Because if you're gonna do diversity, do it because it's right. Do it because instead of trying to make money, put inclusion. Create inclusion the right way, though. Don't be so blatant trying to make $1 out of this certain group over here and this group over there. Make it be organic. But I digress. Wakanda forever. You can see once again 3 black women sharing the spotlight. That was dope. Hopefully Hollywood will really believe in the black dollar and include more black women. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of stories to tell out there. Good ones. So I cannot shun this movie. It was positive. I just think, like, storyline-wise, it could have been tightened up a little bit better. With that said, man, I'm out of here. My name is DeVell McAfee, a.k.a. Debo. I do appreciate y'all. And that's it, man. That's my review. 1.